A former Chinese student angrily told American universities to spray pesticides for 8 hours a day. Now she is suffering from cancer and claims 100 million. She is a Chinese girl who dreams of studying in the United States, but she sprayed pesticides for 7,000 hours during her 3-year graduate school and eventually suffered from cancer. Now a complaint has brought my alma mater, Michigan State University, to court, claiming up to 100 million. Is this a tragic struggle, or is it a porcelain-style rights protection? Today, we will talk about this scientific research cancer case that shocked the Chinese and American academic circles. Section 1. Event Review. A dream turned into a hospital bed. In mid-August 2025, a lawsuit detonated the North American Overseas Study Circle. A former Chinese student named Wei Lingling formally sued his alma mater, Michigan State University, for a claim of up to $100 million. He claimed that during his master's degree in horticulture from 2008 to 2011, he was assigned as a research assistant to spray large quantities of pesticides and herbicides in experimental fields outside the school without any formal training and the necessary protective equipment being distributed. He needs to work in the field for up to 8 hours a day, and the total continuous working time exceeds 7,000 hours. During exposure to a variety of chemicals, including glyphosate, pyridil, etc., more than 10 years later, he was diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer. Doctors told him that he needed to take medication to regulate his hormones for life, leaving permanent scars, accompanied by severe depressive symptoms and uncertain risks of future fertility. He said that this is not only a physical injury, but also a mental blow. Section 2. Where do thousands of hours of questioning focus come from? As soon as this case came out, public opinion exploded instantly, accompanied by many doubts. How did 7,000 hours of pesticide spraying come about? Let's calculate that the normal working week in the United States is 40 hours, 52 weeks a year, excluding savings. I have a full holiday year, and I work about 2,000 hours. Wei Lingling only studied as a graduate student at Michigan State University for 3 years, and her 3-year full-time job added up to only 6,000 hours. If he really sprays pesticides for 7,000 hours, it means that he does manual work almost full-time and doesn't study, attend classes, or write papers at all. Moreover, American master's degree programs usually graduate in 2 years. Even if he finishes research for 3.5 years, it is difficult to achieve the data of 7,000 hours of pesticide spraying. Is this an exaggerated figure to increase the weight of the claim? Section 3. Legal difficulties. It is difficult to prove the cause and effect of cancer. What is even more difficult is that his thyroid cancer was diagnosed in 2024, while his pesticide exposure was before 2011, 13 years apart. To win such lawsuits, the core lies in establishing a legal causal chain between pesticide exposure and cancer. But this is the hardest part. There have been similar cases in the United States, such as the famous Monsanto glyphosate case. The plaintiff sued the company for cancer after using pesticides and won huge compensation. However, it was based on a large number of medical expert testimonies and epidemiological studies. However, there is no direct evidence whether thyroid cancer that is not zero is really caused by pesticides. According to a follow-up study conducted by Yale University in 2010-2011, insecticides and herbicides did not significantly increase the risk of thyroid cancer, but fungicide exposure increased the incidence by 48% to 300%. Wei Lingling is mainly exposed to fungicides necessary for pesticides, which makes people have to think, is his cancer really caused by pesticides or other factors? Anxiety, stress, staying up late, diet, and lifestyle can't be ignored. Section 4. Experimental safety. Are American universities really negligent? Another focus is that American colleges and universities will let students spray pesticides unprotected. It's incredible. You may not know that American universities are actually very strict in the safety of scientific research and experiments. All operations involving chemicals require PPE, such as masks, goggles, and protective clothing. The use of pesticides must pass safety training and sign an agreement. Each experiment must be filed and reviewed. Even the care of experimental animals must be trained to participate. Many colleges and universities even have CSO or EHS teams to supervise laboratory safety. If what Wei Lingling said is true, then Michigan State University is not negligent but a serious violation of the law. But it is more likely that he is involved in field labor research, which is managed by the research team. Sometimes, because of his weak status as an international student and his unfamiliarity with the process, he is willing to cooperate by default. What is hidden behind this is the problem of structural power inequality. Section 5. Protecting rights or touching porcelain. Theory splits. The lawsuit has also sparked widespread controversy on social media. Supporters believe that even if he can't win, it's a wake-up call to the safety of scientific research. The school is afraid to speak because he is an international student. This kind of exposure is necessary and will be destroyed all his life. Whether it's worth it is up to the jury. Opponents questioned that the 7 little things were too fake. To put it bluntly, they were digital packaging. Reading to become a pharmacist, who believes it? I've only suffered from cancer in the past 13 years, and the chain of evidence simply can't hold up. Others worry that such cases will affect the scientific research rights and interests of future international students. Will it make employers more afraid to give research tasks to international students? Finally, this case is still under trial, but no matter what the result is, he has sounded an alarm for us. Are there any loopholes in the security mechanism of scientific research? Are international students vulnerable to marginalization and exploitation? How does the law define an episodic disease? Causality. Do you think this Chinese girl is a hero who bravely defends her rights, or is it a performer who excessively demands others? Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and follow Little Man. We will continue to follow the progress of this case.